Hello guys and welcome to Pro Indicators Discord. In this quick introduction video, I'm just going to try setting the basic rules that you're going to have to follow, getting yourself settled in here, who you're going to be able to talk to, what stuff you can exchange with other users, and all the stuff like that. How to set up alerts and notifications. So please have a look at this video entirely, because I'm going to give you quite a few tips that you might not necessarily be aware of. So first of all, to those who are not really familiar with Discord, and I know some of you guys didn't even knew about this before, so I'm just going to make a quick recap of what are the core informations you're going to have in here. So on the left column, what you've got in here is basically like a list of servers. These are servers you can join and quit at any time, all right? And also you're going to have private message system, which means these are users I'm having private chats with. So this is where you're going to find all this stuff, and you can switch between servers and users, obviously. This is what we call the servers channels, which means a server will have multiple channels. This is the Pro Indicators Discord's channels, but as you can see right now, you probably just see the welcome channel. This is done on purpose because even before we go any further in here, I'm going to ask you to do a first thing. Normally, close to this video, you should have this message, which is step 1, please select your language preferences. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to make sure you've been clicking into at least one of those stuff. You can make multiple choices, no problem with that. If you want to have a bigger community, I mean, if you, for example, speak French and English, you can set both of them, so you'll have a bigger community of people to talk to, or Russian and English and stuff like that. All right, the more, obviously, the more people you'll be able to exchange with. So you select at least one. It should be turned a little bit blue, like in here I've been selecting English as an example. Let me select French as well. I'm not Russian, so as you can see, it turns up the number. Make sure that you got yourself assigned the role. When it's been done, normally you should see other channels popping up, those corresponding to the language you just selected. As I myself have access to everything already because I'm the admin, you guys should see new stuff showing up. Like, for example, if you just selected English, you should be seeing Pro Indicators support topics popping up, as well as all the English channel with announcement, general, analysis, crypto, and all those channels you have in here. Now we're going to just get yourself settled in with further alert management, depending on what you want to see in here and what you want to do, because there are probably stuff you don't want to receive alerts for, so you're going to just turn down and mute some channels. Just make sure you don't mute the entire server, all right? What you're going to do is, as for example, I suggest those I've been putting a little emojis on, like announcements, swings, and introductory alerts, as well as the live room. I suggest you keeping those turned up, just like the educational content. These are channels into only me or bots can publish messages, which means no other users will be able to publish in there, so you'll never ever receive a notification despite I am getting to reach out to you. So I do everything I can to just reach out to you as less as possible to avoid ping notification multiple times in a day. You should receive at least 1 or 2 messages a day, no more than that. But still, you can turn some things off, on and off, depending on what you want. So you get to the channel, as for example, in here is where you're going to get access to the educative content. All right, it's pure and simple. It's going to pause the videos, and you're going to be receiving a notification in the time a new video is uploaded that has educational content in there. All right, or MCQ test and stuff like that. That will all get into this educational content stuff. Here's where you can ask me questions concerning the indicators. You can see many users are asking. If you want to ask me directly, if you want my personal answer, you can use this, the ping at PhilRx, and therefore I'm going to get a notification for this message. But if you want to do this, please at least make sure you asked some other users first. It's just brings a lot of load for me if everyone is just pinging me every day. So if you've got like common questions, make sure you just ask them to everyone. It's open to everyone, and generally most users will come help you out there. You've got strategies questions. When you have anything concerning the strategy, something you don't really figure out, coming out of the PDF manual or stuff like that, this is exactly where you want to ask those questions. Random questions is exactly what it is. You can ask whatever comes across your mind. If something feels opaque or shadow, you just don't stay in any sort of doubt. If you have doubts, then you get out here, ask yourself, ask your question and see if anyone else can provide some support. All right. So what you're going to do is, like, obviously those channels, you don't want to be alerted anytime someone posts something in there. So what you're going to do is that you're going to right click them and turn them muted. All right. Therefore, those channels, you won't be receiving any notifications. All right. That's really the easiest way you can do this. All right. If you don't want that, I mean, if you still want to receive notifications, there's also another way you can do this. Is you simply right click like we've done before. You get a notification, and as you can see in here, you've got to recover all the channels. You've got all the channels available throughout this Discord channel. Let's say, for example, you don't want to have indicators, questions, message. All right, but you can still you still want to be alerted when someone is sending a message to you directly. Then in that prospection, you can set to just be mentioned alerted, which means you're not going to be alerted for every message showing up. This is exactly the kind of setup I invite you to do. All right, you just use mention into every channel. You don't necessarily want to receive ping notifications. If you turn them muted, you'll never ever have messages on your phone. All right, it's just that you're going to have a little. Let me explain you the difference between. You can have both. You can set for mention, alerts, but still muted. Muted means you'll never get push notifications on the phone. All right. But still being mention alerted. When you're mentioned, you're going to have like this little red stuff, all right? It says someone has been directly messaging you. Like, for example, if I go in there into the altcoin analysis, I'm pretty sure someone has been at Phil Erix's me, all right? That's all it means. But still, as I turned off, as I muted this channel, this won't be notifying me throughout the Discord mobile app. All right, I'm just going to get this little bubble notification in here, just making sure someone has been talking to me. All right, so this is how I suggest you guys set the notifications. Obviously, if you are, I suggest you choose between swing alerts and intraday alerts, depending on what you want. If you're a swing trader, you want to have swing alerts, so make sure it is not muted, so therefore you get the alerts on your phone almost instantly. If you are both intraday and swing trader, you can turn both of them up. If you're just a swing trader, you make sure this one is muted, obviously. All right? That's really simple as that. And obviously, if, for example, for some channel, you want to be alerted when someone is mentioning you, all right, is direct messaging you some way, you want to make sure this is turned on, all right? And if you turn off the muted, then you'll receive push notification, not on every message, but just anytime someone is mentioning you, all right? So it's really up to you deciding on how much you want to be notified about what kind of stuff, obviously, and things like that. There are multiple channels, like as you've seen, you've got analysis crypto, analysis stock markets, and stuff like that. If you don't really care about those channels, you can obviously mute them, all right? So you make sure you're not getting any notifications for that kind of stuff. All right, that's it. You're settled in. So you've got obviously a general channel in here in which you can talk randomly, talking about whatever comes across your mind. You've got separate channels, like I said, crypto analysis, stock market, forex, and commodities. Please make sure that whenever you spread some analysis or want to talk about another analysis, that you get into the according channel. Like I said, swing alerts and intraday alerts are just myself and purpose like that. Like I send you a new message, like I just did today. SPX on 3 minute, possible range trend entry coming soon. I'm giving you advanced signal. I'm not giving you real-time stuff. Whenever you buy or sell, you do this on your own. I'm just telling you before it actually happens, this is where I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to be doing upon this and this condition. And obviously there is the live room. You can just left click in here to join in there. Some people will be there at some point. It's an open vocal chat to whoever's ready to get there. And obviously at some times I will be reaching out to you without the announcement stuff, telling you, for example, we're going to do a live stream session and we're all going to join the live room. So whenever I give you this ping, if you want to join us in real time, you just get yourself to left click the live room in here, and you're just going to be joining this. As you can see, vocal will be turned in, and you should be joining and be able to hear everyone else. Obviously, make sure that you do this in a social way. We can be many people in here, so just make it rational. Don't talk out loud. Don't cut out other users and stuff like that. That was just the final stuff that we're going to have to take care of before going out of this video, is that you want to make sure you set a few stuff first. You're going to get there and you're going to have to set notifications, alerts. Yes. And you're going to get in here into notifications, and what you're going to be doing is that you're going to turn down some notifications, specifically these ones, like users getting in, all right, or users getting out, because when we get into the live room, if you turn on those sounds, like this sound, all right, then basically when I ask people to get into the audio channel, we're going to be many joining, like really many. And you're going to hear this every time someone joins in, and this can be pretty fucking annoying. So this is how you turn them off. You make sure these ones, when someone gets in and out, you make sure those stuff are deactivated. Otherwise, you will have quite significant annoying notification sounds popping up whenever we do live room sessions. All right, that's it. Obviously, you can get into those parameters if you want to customize stuff like the appearances and stuff like that. I let you guys dig into this to find your personal needs and setups.